Welcome to the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the Guaranteed Sold program, or we'll buy it. If you have any questions, just give us a call at 799-9596 or check us out online at teamlally.com.
Hey, everybody, this is Attilio, and this is where I come to you with my, what do I come to them with?
With your art.
What does that stand for?
Attilio's random thoughts.
All right.
But they're not really random.
Yep. Here's what I would talk about today. Self-awareness is a lie.
Okay.
You're supposed to say, what do you mean by that, Attilio?
Okay, what do you mean by that, Attilio?
Because
tell me more.
The challenge that we have as human beings is that, our perceptions of ourselves is like, it's from inside of our heads and our eyes and feelings moving outward. Mm-hmm. And it's hard. It's impossible for a human being. I guess if there was a video camera following you around all the time, mm-hmm. that you would have what's called a third-party perspective of how you communicate, what's your resting bee face look like, what's your tone, how do you operate, and then we know also because in our hiring process, we have people take a DISC profile. By the way, what is a DISC profile?
So it analyzes the different strengths, or like where you're, more. So the DISC stands for like if you're more direct, or if you are more social,
I as an influencer,
or you like just are more like on a support side, yep. or very into the details.
Like it really, details.
Yeah, it just really analyzes as you as a person where your
dominant personality
your
traits
are. Yeah.
Now nobody is like one thing or another, or you're like.
Or a little bit of everything.
Well, you have dominant personalities. You're gonna have one or two, and then everything else is just like supporting characters in a movie. But the main roles of who you are as a person, you're not, somebody that's introverted is not going to be at a family get-together and up there telling, dad jokes. And then someone that's an extrovert is not going to be sitting at the family get-together quietly in the corner, on their phone. Oh, wait, that's the teenagers. Never mind.
Right.
It's important. So we do what's called the DISC profile, and we know that people behave differently in different circumstances. Mm-hmm. Why does that personality assessment spit out two results?
Well, because, when you're at work,
yep.
or like maybe in an unfamiliar kind of area, yep. you're going to have one set of dominant behaviors versus when you're with your family.
With your family.
Or your close friends, you may be, have a little bit of a different way of
behavior
operating.
Style, yeah. And there's also the other two sides of the coin is when you're being observed and when you're not being observed. Mm-hmm. So that's why we have two versions of the test. And if I were to ask you, Adrienne, is there an ideal personality trait or dominant personality traits that we're looking for someone who wants to be a superstar salesperson?
Yes. Yeah, I would say that there certainly is.
Yeah.
And we've also been able to develop people that are like not necessarily in that, that ideal category. But yeah, like we do have certain types of personality traits that we're looking for where they're naturally comfortable, where we're not pushing them outside of that natural comfort zone.
Yeah. Because like I said, if you're like, one of the things, too, is that, there's all kind of different personality traits. The one that's the two sides of the coin. Are you predominantly a negative person, or are you predominantly an optimistic person? Are you predominantly somebody that is humble and takes direction, or are you somebody that's got to give direction and all of that good stuff? Speaking of someone that's good at giving direction, taking direction, is humble to course correct, and has been doing this for a long time with a high level of success. And this person, he is like the armored guard outside the bank, and the bank represents your investment property. Who is VIP Security Services for real estate investment properties?
That would be Duke Kimhan of Hawaii Pacific Property Management.
What you got for us, Duke?
I should start another side business then. Armored car service for your house.
For your house, that's it. Protecting the value.
It's a good tagline.
Yeah.
So the piece of advice this week is the property condition form.
Yes.
And a lot of the realtors in today's market don't do that. It's time consuming. And why is it so time consuming? Because we have to complete the property condition form when the tenant moves out.
Yeah.
And then we have to make another one before the tenant moves in.
Yes.
And hopefully you've recorded all the wear and tear items that either need to get done, haven't been done, or was left behind that you should do or tell the owner about.
And then
if you take a survey of all the property management properties, I would say that 20% of them have a property condition form. And the property condition form stands as a condition form when the tenant moves in. And it's a snapshot. You can also do this with pictures. A lot of the very, very good tenants that we have take pictures and record every little ding or dent in the house when they move in.
Yeah.
That's to protect themselves. Most of these people are military officers who move for a living.
Yes.
But we do the property condition form to protect the owner. Right?
Yeah.
So protect your home and put money in your account. The only reasons why Hawaii Pacific is in business.
Yeah,
and you work for the owner.
The thing about I want to mention about the pictures, and then Adrienne's got a question, is that if you swipe up now on these pictures, on the eye, the small eye, it tells you the date and the time the picture was taken.
That's right. I didn't even know that.
And then I would also say, too, that it's about communication. And I know with Hawaii Pacific Property Management, like that is one of the core values is just the communication and having that consensus between the tenant and the property manager on the actual condition, right? So you guys have those conversations right up front.
We also have a checklist and a punch list for me to see that what properties don't have a property condition form or hasn't been uploaded by the property manager. So we have systems for back check, make sure that the property managers are completing a property condition form. It's really a must in today's market where there's so many people coming and going.
Yeah.
And everybody's putting a little ding or nail in the wall here or there.
Yeah.
And you got to record this stuff.
Yeah. I think it's important too, and then you've talked about it on other shows, really quick, give people examples of the difference between damage and normal wear and tear.
Wear and tear.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's that's going to be the success or failure of a property manager if they can prove wear and tear or damage to the tenants when they move out.
Yeah. And who will remember something 1 year later? Nobody's going to remember anything 1 year later.
They're your best friends moving in, and they're your mortal enemy moving out.
Well, yeah, and they can be challenging, but Duke, here's what I'm thinking. If I'm a tenant, like I'm a good tenant, I would appreciate the documentation of the rental company with the move-in checklist and the photos and videos, because right from the get-go, that's telling me that we're going to have a professional, great relationship, and nothing is going to be left to someone's opinion.
Yeah, most of our tenants know that after the first maintenance call, how efficient our company works.
Yeah.
And that's where we get a lot of comments on our surveys on how we respond to maintenance requests. Pretty important.
Yeah.
Set the tone for the tenant knowing that they're going to get good service from the management company.
Yeah. And I think it's important to know, too, you cannot just not have this documentation, not go visit the home in the entire lease period, because we're looking at it. It's $1 million. This homeowner is lending their $1 million personal home, maybe when they raise their kids in, or an investment, to you temporarily for a 12-month period. And it's got to be a situation of mutual respect. And we do that through the photos, the walk-in checklist, and 6-month
the walkthroughs.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. With respect. Yeah. All right.
Hawaii Pacific, you can see us on the internet at www.hipacificpm.com.
Yeah.
We have all these facts and our charges. They're all online for you.
It's right there. No surprises. Duke is the king of no surprises.
And lots of reviews.
Lots of reviews.
Positive reviews.
Positive reviews. Thanks, Duke.
Thank you, Duke.
Bye-bye.
All right, the other thing you're going to find on Duke's site, it's easy to get there. All you got to do is go to Team Lally, go to our resource tab, go to Experts We Trust. What you're also going to see there is you're thinking about getting into property management. He's probably got 300 videos on there on every imaginable topic regarding property management. If you're a property owner or tenant, he's got 300 videos on there about every imaginable thing that a tenant should know, a property owner should know, a property manager should know.
A lot of information. I think he's been sending out at least 2 videos a month for the last decade.
You know what I would say, too,
he's very consistent with his information.
A big stamp of approval for me is I have 2 properties that have been managed by Hawaii Pacific Property Management for over 10 years. And I'm completely 100% satisfied and happy. And I really appreciate the fact that my property managers are treating my tenants with the utmost respect, because it's at the minimum what they deserve if you're going to be a tenant with Duke and his company.
Well, I mean, the tenants that you have in your Wahiawa place, like how many years have they been in?
Probably coming up on 5 years.
Yeah, so
Micronesian family,
they love it.
They're so awesome. I mean, for me, it's just like, if something breaks, I just tell my PM, fix it. You know, this family is out there working hard, just trying to, enjoy life. And so if something breaks, fix it right away. And then tell me afterwards. I don't need to know up front. Unless you're doing one major remodel, then you might want to give me a call.
All right. Well, I do want to bring up, we have a deal of the week.
A deal of the week? No way.
Yes, this is...
You know what? There's not enough weeks in the year for how many deals we got, because we do a lot of volume, but we'll get them in there if we can.
All right, so this one is in Waianae.
The address is 87-1542 Nakii Street. What's the price?
$950,000.
Located in the tranquil Sea Country neighborhood. If you guys go Pink Bunker, that's the neighborhood back there, about a Pink Bunker height.
4 bedrooms, 3 bath, 1,900 square feet, and a 7,800 square foot lot.
And convenient loft spaces offers flexibility to turn it into a home office, playroom, or additional storage, or man or woman cave.
Or maybe even a 5th bedroom.
Yeah.
Okay, so energy efficient, 23 owned solar panels, significantly reduce energy costs and the environmental impact.
That's important, because your second largest expense in a home past your mortgage is going to be your electric bill. Spacious backyard for outdoor activities and entertaining.
There's a newly installed vinyl fence for privacy.
Nearby resident exclusive store for Sea Country.
Easy access to beaches, hiking trails, and parks.
Pink Bunker. Parking spaces for 4+ vehicles, including garage and driveway.
Yeah, it's a very long driveway.
When the family come over for the baby's first birthday, they all going to be saying, gee-hoo, I don't have to park 5 miles away. Get parking right, give grandma the parking in the driveway, okay? The rest of you kids, park far away. You need to get your steps in anyway.
Okay, yep, so that's the deal of the week.
Oh, deal of the week.
And then I've got a review from one of our recent clients, Chuck Wilcott.
Yes.
So what Chuck has to say about Keli'i.
Keli'i Lum's, he's OG. He's been with us for a long time, probably
12 years maybe?
Over 10 years.
Long time.
We met him when he was 12 years old. Now he's a grown man. We watched him grow up.
Yes. So Keli'i Lum did an excellent job selling my condo in Punalu'u. He's a top-notch real estate agent, knowledgeable, responsive, and easy to work with. What really stood out was how he tapped into Team Lally's whole crew to handle everything from marketing to negotiations, making it a smooth, team-driven process. If you're looking for someone who's got the skills and a solid team behind him, Keli'i is your guy. He goes above and beyond, even staying involved after the sale. Highly recommends.
By the way, if you go to any of our, look up on YouTube any of the speed tour for Hanohano Hale, that was the first speed tour that actually jumped in the pool and also jumped in the ocean.
Yes. And then, with that particular client that, we have been staying in contact with after, there's been some situations with like these short-term rental rules. It can be kind of tough navigating through that. So, but that's probably a topic for another show.
The point being is the relationship didn't end at the close of escrow.
We're continuing to help him and navigate.
And helping the clients, because we believe in clients for life. Somebody else that also believes in clients for life, and when you work with him, you're in good hands. Who's that?
That's Bradley Maruyama of Allstate Insurance.
Hey, Bradley.
Hey, how's it going? It's so ironic you talk about short-term rentals. Today's tip of the week is making sure you have the right policy when you're buying a short-term or vacation rental. I had another agent give me a call, and he's like, oh man, does that Allstate HO6 or condo policy cover short-term rentals? And we don't. We broker those through ROI, and you specifically have to put that it's rented short-term or vacation rental, because if the tenant performs a loss through negligence, you have to make sure that it's the correct type of HO6 policy, because in this case, the tenant overflowed the tub.
Oh.
And it damaged the units down below, okay? But there's no negligence on the owner.
Yeah.
The negligence is coming from the person occupying the unit.
At the moment,
which is a tenant.
Yeah.
But they don't have renter's insurance because they're only staying there like for 2-3 days. So, make sure you have the right type of policy when purchasing an investment property like a vacation rental, because it could be catastrophic. Because now there's a big lawsuit. And everyone's pointing, so-and-so didn't sell me the right policy. So-and-so said this would be covered. So,
Bradley, with the short-term rentals, I know that there's some different types. So what if it's like a condo-tel? I know we've got some condo-tels here, like at the Ala Moana Hotel would be one.
Ala Moana Hotel is a big one.
Yeah. So is that a different policy if it's a condo-tel versus a short-term rental? Or is it all the same?
Quick explanation for the mashup word, condo, hotel, condo-tel. What that means is front-facing to guests. It's exactly the same as any other hotel, except each individual room is owned by an individual owner. Continue on with the insurance aspect of that, Bradley.
Yeah, so when we're going over the application with the insured, there's long-term rental, 6 months or more. There's short-term, 6 months or less. And if it's going to be less than 10 days, we put that down as a vacation rental. So,
okay.
It's very, it's good to be clear, with the agent. Or now, here's another scenario. I'm going to buy XYZ condo and live in it. When you decide to put in a vacation pool, you're going to have to make sure you let the agent know, because if they're not notified, they don't know. Mm-hmm. So it's different types of policies, and it's important that people understand that when the occupancy changes, you have to let your agent know. Just like today, we're reviewing a homeowner's policy, and everyone's in the mode of cutting costs. I get it. In this case, he did a renovation. He extended the living square footage. He didn't want to increase the dwelling replacement costs because he wants to keep the premium down. But I said, hey, so-and-so, I want to make sure that if this house burns down or the hurricane comes through, I want to make sure you can rebuild the same property, or you're going to come back to me saying, man, Brad didn't do his job. So,
but Brad,
let us know when there's changes.
When you get hurricane and fire, it's only going to burn down the part that's covered. No, it's not.
Yeah, and it was a 30-minute conversation, went back and forth, and he's trying to keep the cost down. But, I rather almost, it alarms me that there's not enough coverage here on this property.
Well, they've been warned.
The other thing, too, that we come across quite frequently, and it's, good for all of those the listeners out there that are maybe that have their home on the market and they've moved out, is, just make sure to inform your insurance that it's now vacant. Because if something happens, and that actually did happen to one of our clients, he had moved to Maui, and his home here on Oahu was vacant while we're selling it, and then there was a water leak.
Right in the middle of escrow.
Yeah, we were like a week away from closing, and, thankfully he had informed his insurance.
I think it was like the water remediation was $10,000 or $15,000.
It was at least $15,000 between everything.
And I just got to tell you, we caught the water leak in less than 24 hours, and that was $15,000.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's another important thing. Make sure if you're selling your home and you're not going to be physically in there.
Yeah.
Just let them know. I mean, it's just letting them know. And then that could make the difference between having a claim covered or not being covered.
And I will just tell you, we did do this, and it didn't help in this situation, but it can help in a lot of them. We had all the water valves shut off, but this was like a refrigerator water line that broke, and so. But pro tip is, if you have vacant listings or vacant homes, homeowners, just go around, shut off all your interior water valves, and because that stuff can be turned on.
And make sure that they get turned off after the home inspection.
Yeah.
Because the home inspector will turn them on to go check.
And you're like, hey, brah, turn them off.
Make sure they all get turned off.
Yeah.
So.
And for the listeners, we do have a specific policy for vacant homes. So they're expensive. Just yesterday I had a person in Kauai saying, we finally finished the roof, the electrical, the plumbing, the windows are going up this weekend. So please let us know what the new premium is going to be, because it is more expensive to insure a vacant home. But they wanted to let us know, is it possible to reduce this premium? So for the listeners, there is a specific policy for it.
But hopefully your home won't be vacant for that long, right? But it's just important.
Hire the right team. Your home isn't vacant for so long, and paying expensive insurance premiums on a vacant home. Listing your home with, here's my commercial, listing your home with the wrong realtor could cost you a lot of insurance premiums.
Well, thank you, Bradley, for this important reminder about the short-term rental insurance and all things insurance. We always look forward to talking to you.
Yeah, same here. Thank you.
Okay, bye, Bradley. Okay, Bradley Maruyama of Allstate Insurance. He is an expert we trust. You can go to teamlally.com, click on the resource tab, and he's there. And we've done some videos with him over the years. It's kind of fun. You can see us all aging over the last decade. Okay. But before we take a break, I do want to touch on, we have a career night coming up on April 7th over in Kapolei from 6 till 7. It's at the Keller Williams Honolulu office right next to Duraku.
Okay.
And this is your chance to learn what it really takes to succeed in real estate, from the daily grind to the big wins.
And the good news is all you got to do is go to hawaiicareernight.com to RSVP.
All right. So we're looking forward to seeing you there. All right. So you want to take a break, or you wanted to talk about that before we take a break?
Yeah, you know what? Before we take a break, let's talk about important stuff. If anything, you guys all tune out anyway when we play those boring commercials. So let me give you some more helpful information. So this is called aho. Aho is a Hawaiian word, and it's the bindings or cording or lashing that we use to make our hales, make our canoes, connect the outrigger to the main hull of the canoe. Anyway, it's a program started by the Office of Hawaiian Affairs. Office of Hawaiian Affairs is to reduce barriers to home ownership for Native Hawaiians. The lender that's involved is American Savings Bank. There's about $1.5 million in funding available. The launch date was February 20th, 2025, so it's happening right now. And what are the eligibility requirements? You need to be a Hawaii resident. You have to be be a Native Hawaiian. Be verified, not Native Hawaiian, but be verified through AHA's Hawaiian Registry Program. And I'll give you a number at the end that you can go to check to see if you OG Hawaiian. Anywhere, you have to be a first-time home buyer. You have to be owner-occupant. And then the inquiry and pre-screening is done through OHA. Then they give you one letter. Then you take the letter to American Savings Bank, and then you get pre-qualified. And what is the awesome news about this? So it's supported by OHA through American Savings Bank. And how much is the down payment?
It can be as little as 3% down, and so there's no PMI requirement. What is that, Attilio?
So with private mortgage insurance, that's the extra insurance. If you have
20% down,
less than 20% down on a loan, the lenders across the nation are going to require private mortgage insurance, which says, you never put a lot of money down, so your mortgage might be high and you're stretching every month, and in case you default, this insurance will kick in and make up the difference if we got to foreclose on you. So by not having that there, it reduces your monthly mortgage payment by a lot. Mm-hmm. And then you only have to put, and so that allows you to do the 3% down, not have the private mortgage insurance. And by the way, for those of you who have private mortgage insurance, once you get to 20%, they are required by law to drop that. So keep an eye on your statements, because sometimes they might be goofballs and not do it. I don't think they're doing it intentionally, but some of these servicers are managing thousands of mortgages. So make sure when you get below 20%, when you get below 80% of your mortgage balance, that you get that PMI off of there. But here's the phone number for contact for OHA for this program. It's 808-594-1835, 594-1835.
All right, we are going to take a break and stay with us. When we come back, we'll be talking with Brian Samson of Cleanscape Hawaii, our newest expert we trust. He'll share what makes their cleaning service stand out and how they're keeping properties across Oahu spotless.
All right, so stay with us.
Decades 107.9 playing the greatest music ever made. It's Mornings with Augie. Hey, you know someone that moved to the mainland but left the rental property behind? So Amber wanted to create a new investment opportunities on the mainland, but she had to sell her island rental first. So she reached out to our good friends Adrienne and Lally and Attilio Leonardi of Team Lally Real Estate Group of Keller Williams, Honolulu. Handling the business virtually with Amber, Adrienne and Attilio came prepared with multiple 5-star selling strategies, including adjusting Amber's selling price expectations, and the home sold in days. If you're in the market to sell your home and you want a team that will make you the most money with the least amount of drama, you can trust our good friends Adrienne and Attilio of Team Lally. Give them a call today, 808-799-9596. That's 808-799-9596. They're trusted. You see their signs all over in my community. Visit teamlally.com today. That's teamlally.com today.
Hey, Sean Hannity here with the only real estate team in your market that I recommend. Adrienne Lally and Attilio Leonardi of Team Lally Real Estate Group of Keller Williams, Honolulu. You know, a lot of people may be thinking about selling their home, but they want to make sure they're getting the most money possible. What options do you have available to make selling a home easier?
Well, Sean, the biggest headache people have is not actually the selling of the home, but getting it ready for sale. The cleaning, the repairing, the decluttering. You know, 90% of painting a home is in the prep work, not in the actual painting, and it's not in the actual selling. Well, we got solutions.
That's right, Attilio. Here are the solutions. Our aspirin to the headache of prepping a home is our 10K for Upgrades program. That's where we do the project management of cleaning, repairing, and decluttering. That's how we make our sellers more money.
All right, thanks for keeping us up to date. Call Team Lally now at 799-9596 or online at teamlally.com. That's teamlally.com.
In today's fast-changing real estate market, you need access to the right information to make smart choices. I invest in real estate all over the country, and I rely on smart agents who know their local market inside and out. In Honolulu, I work with Adrienne Lally and Attilio Leonardi. Adrienne, Attilio, and their team sell a home every 72 hours and have over 750 5-star reviews. Go to teamlally.com and find out in just seconds what your home is really worth.
Welcome back, and thanks for listening to the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the Guaranteed Sold program, or we'll buy it. I'm Adrienne.
And I'm local, and I'm Attilio.
And if you have any questions, just give us a call at 799-9596 or check us out online at teamlally.com.
Our guest today grew up in the Midwest, but has called Oahu's West Side the best side home since 2017. An entrepreneur for over a decade, he has founded and led businesses in software, recruiting, e-commerce, private equity, and real estate investing. He also is a proud UCLA Anderson MBA graduate, a dedicated husband, and a father of 2.
In 2024, he became a partner at Cleanscape Hawaii, a company providing top-notch residential and vacation rental cleaning services across Oahu. As a licensed foster parent, he's also a passionate advocate for finding loving homes for the 440,000 foster children in the U.S. Please welcome Brian Samson. That is a lot of foster children.
Wow, Brian, your house must be huge. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I know you're not housing all of them, but you're bringing it to our attention, which is good.
Yeah, we got to get Hawaii zoning to build us a new addition for all these kids.
We've had some nonprofits on for foster parenting, and unfortunately in the news we know that some, you got to have good foster parents and not the ones just doing it for the money. But our personal experience with you and your beautiful bride is that you guys are very, very kind people. So I'm glad you're in that program and bringing it to our attention. But
Thank you.
But we're here to talk about cleaning. Adrienne, you have a question for Brian?
So first of all, congratulations on acquiring this Cleanscape Hawaii. And, we've been able to sample the services, personally, and then have our clients experience this great, just the great service. The client that we had out in Whitmore Village, one of the most detailed people, like super, super detailed guys.
Joe and Julie. Yep.
Yes, amazing people. But they were so pleased with the detailed format that you guys have with the estimate, and also with the final result.
You know, Brian, I'll share this with you. Something else, and this is what other business owners. I know you get it, but I want to say this to the other businesses out there. This same client got 2 painting estimates. Mm-hmm. One was like, oh yeah, this is how much it's going to cost. Yeah, let me know if you like go that way. And then the other one was like super detailed.
But more expensive.
And more expensive. Brian, if you had to guess, did he go for the more expensive detailed one or the cheaper one that he wasn't too sure what he was getting?
I think people recognize quality and value, and I'm going to assume they went with the more expensive one.
Yeah, and folks, I'm not telling you that Brian and his cleaning company are more expensive, but I will tell you that our dialogue with our clients, with our vendors, we are not looking for the cheapest vendors out there. We're looking for people who provide great value and do a good job.
And professional service.
And clients are looking for that too. They don't want the cheapest guy in there. They want to understand the detailed value of it. So our client chose the more expensive route because the guy provided a super detailed, warranted explanation of his painting quote. And that's the same.
And I think too, because Brian and his company showed up like very professionally, our client did not feel the need to even get a second opinion. He felt very comfortable with how detailed of this estimate was. He knew exactly what he was going to get.
We didn't know we were doing some entrepreneur coaching and training today on today's show with Brian.
So Brian, what sets Cleanscape Hawaii apart from other cleaning services on Oahu?
Yeah, there's no shortage of cleaning companies.
Many of them.
It's a hard job. I fully respect everyone out there cleaning houses. I'm really lucky in that I've got a great partner. Her name is Anna, and I'm so glad to hear that feedback about the detail-oriented job that she did, because that stood out for me. I've been on the hunt for a cleaning company to acquire for quite a few years, and they never quite met the standards, had the repeatable process that I noticed with Anna. Mm-hmm. And I've lived on the west side for my whole time in Oahu, and Ko'olina was a place we called home.
Yes.
We had a few neighbors that I knew were very, very picky people.
Yes.
And I learned that I didn't even know, but Anna had actually been cleaning their homes, and they loved her. They raved about her. So once I knew that, I thought, okay, this person's got a great reputation. She can lead a cleaning crew, get amazing detail. But let's try to make it an easy experience for all of our customers with just some basic business things that not every cleaning company has. We have the ability for online scheduling, online payments, very secure online payments. We have all the insurance, an easy to understand website, just some real basic stuff. We've got an organized payroll, allows us to recruit reliable, great cleaners. These are all just like little things that I think really set us apart. And, we've, as you mentioned, my wife, we've had cleaners over the years as well. And, you never quite know who you're trusting into your home. Mm-hmm. Do they have insurance? A lot of them want to be paid in like exact cash. So you're trying to go to the bank and get the exact cash or Venmo. And it always feels kind of scattered. So we just want to make a nice, easy, professional, reliable, repeatable experience. And I think that's helping to get our name out there.
Well, and they won't admit it, but we know they're listening. Other realtors, I know, I see you. I know you're listening. And so if with our stamp of approval, because, there is the environment of our own personal homes and that experience. And
then there's the clients.
Then there's the client across the, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of transactions we've done over the last 20 years. And I will tell you the most critical thing, the number one thing that I can recommend to get your home sold as opposed to sitting. There's a couple of other ones, but this one's it's not number one, but I would say it's a close second. The deep and detailed cleaning of your home, because
goes a long way.
One, there's never a homeowner that's going to clean it the way a professional is going to clean it, and cleaning it while you live in it is like fixing your airplane while you're flying it. It's not going to work. So spend the money to have it professionally cleaned. I don't know if you knew this, Brian, but in the purchase contract that everybody in the state of Hawaii uses, same purchase contract, there is a section in there requiring professional cleaning per contract. And that's like, oh yeah, my brother's uncle and clean him, and he's real professional. No, you gotta have the invoices and the this and the that, and then if there's something questionable, then they gotta be willing to come back and take care of it and all of that. So you kind of touched on it, but
look, I want to go back to Brian. You mentioned with like really making it more into a business and very easy to do business. It sounds like you are looking for other cleaners to come join your company, that you guys have enough business to support more people.
Are you hiring?
Are you hiring right now?
Are you hiring?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We would love to talk to people that have experience either in hotels or commercial, residential. We'd love to have some experience. And if you're looking for a reliable, stable company that can provide great jobs and safe homes, we'd love to talk to you.
I'll give you a tip here. When we were, we've hired executive assistants, are basically the people that assist us. And one of the interview questions we ask, and it can be verified right then and there. And I think it would be the same question for somebody that you're looking to hire for a cleaning company. And Adrienne, do you know what the question is? Because I'll tell you right now.
I don't know where you're going with this.
The question for Brian to use when interviewing people is, have you cleaned your car?
Oh.
Because unless they cut the bus, the car is going to go be in the parking lot. And if that car is a wreck and they say yes, beads of sweat are going to be popping out on their heads, because here's the second thing you're going to do when they say, yes, my car is clean. Because do you think of anybody interviewing for a job, they're like, oh yeah, and before I go on this interview, I should clean my car. Nobody does that. Well, you know who cleans their cars? Clean people. And you know who's good at cleaning other people's homes? Clean people to begin with. So the car is a great example. Like if you interviewed Adrienne, that would be a negatory on that one. If you was interviewing me, it would be a HE double hockey sticks. Yes.
So if this real estate thing doesn't work out, you're going to go.
Yeah, I'll work for Brian.
Yes.
I love cleaning. When I'm all stressed out, like I'm serious. And then Adrienne's like, well, come clean my house. I'm like, I don't like cleaning your house. Like literally that's therapy for me. Me and Laura, we're weirdos. We like cleaning, and then when we're stressed out, we just clean.
Okay.
Yeah. So look for people who use cleaning as therapy. Do you use cleaning as therapy? That's your other question. But
all right. So Brian, what types of clients do you typically work with? I know we touched a little bit on it, but let's go deeper on that.
Yeah, sure. More often than not, we're working with single-family homes and townhomes.
Yeah.
On the west side, Mililani, and we will go to the east side as well.
Yeah.
Probably not as much in town, condos. Our crew is really set up for the kind of larger single family and townhomes.
Yeah.
And we'll do residential vacation cleaning. So, the turnover.
The turnovers,
do the laundry, the sheets, all that stuff. And then specialty cleans. You mentioned, move out cleans.
Yes.
Cleaning when you're selling your home or moving out, PCSing.
Yeah.
That's right in our wheelhouse. We get down on our hands and knees and make it spotless.
Yeah. What about if the place is like a huge mess and stuff is piled everywhere, and it feels like the occupants got caught up in the rapture because they just left? Still get one bowl of oatmeal on the kitchen counter. And seriously, we've had listings like that. Will you guys come in and would you be willing to take on something like that? And if it's no, it's no.
Yeah. I think every job like that is probably a case by case.
Okay.
But we'd love to scope it out and see if we might be the right fit for that job.
Yeah, because I'll be honest with you, those jobs start with about 4 of the open dumpster construction containers, and then you start cleaning.
Yeah.
So I want to comment too on just like our experience with Cleanscape and our Wahiwa home.
Yes.
Now, not all cleaning companies are going to be able to clean windows or even like tall windows. But Cleanscape did all the windows.
Windows are like the redheaded stepchild of cleaning. They're there. Well, Adrienne is too, but we like her. But nobody wants to go do them. They always say it's extra, which is understandable.
Or they don't do them. So that's something I just want to point out about Cleanscape Hawaii is that they do the windows as well, inside and out.
And second floor too?
Yeah, we'll do windows. We'll do ovens, lanais, jealousies, some of the stuff that not everyone is willing to do.
Yeah.
We know that it's not just the floors and the countertops. A lot of times to get that house sale ready, you really need to focus on all the details and the extra stuff, and we're happy to do that.
Yeah, if you're selling a home, I mean, right now we already know it's a record high for single-family homes. It's over $1 million. And I will tell you, buyers will go look at the windows. Mm-hmm. They'll open up the oven.
Look at the window sills.
They'll look at the window sills. They'll go look at the jealousies. They'll go look at all those things that Brian and his company will pay attention to. And, a couple of $100 or, whatever that price point is that you're paying for the cleaner, you will get a big time return on investment of doing that deep cleaning through Brian's company. Guaranteed.
So Brian, what would be like the best way for our listeners to learn more about Cleanscape, schedule a cleaning appointment?
Yeah.
What's the best way for them to get a hold of you?
Yeah, thank you. 2 things. So the first is our website is a very, very easy way to reach us. Just simply cleanscapehawaii.com. Mm-hmm. Cleanscapehawaii.com. And secondly, I wanted to offer a special deal for anyone listening.
Ooh.
If you're listening, you want us to take care of your home, your vacation rental, specialty move out cleaning, something like that, we'll offer a 20% discount.
Wow.
Or you just have to mention Team Lally sent you, and we'll take care of you, 20% off.
Brian, I just want to let you know that...
Thank you for on behalf of our listeners.
I just want to let you know, Brian, just a heads up, anytime any vendors give a discount, we call it a Chihu discount. Adrienne, why is it called a Chihu discount?
Because Attilio wants our listeners to call in and say Chihu.
Like scream Chihu and then say, oh, I heard about the discount on the Team Lally show. And then you're going to say, oh, you want the Chihu discount? Yes, that's 20% off because you heard about us on the Team Lally Radio Show. So if you get calls from our listeners, just like put the phone away and not like right up to your ear in the beginning and then bring it closer. But it creates a memory hook. We're funny, we're ha ha ha, but it creates a memory hook and people really appreciate that. But I will tell you, for you realtors out there, for you homeowners thinking about selling, for you people that are just like, neatniks, and you know what? The quality of your life can be much better if you put this as a process that's handled by a third party. Mm-hmm. Life is short. We're all busy. Just have Brian and his crew come in and take it. And, he got the Adrienne and Attilio stamp of approval. Mm-hmm.
So, Brian, you guys do the move-out cleans, the vacation rental, in-between cleans, turnovers. Do you do the monthly or bi-weekly or
maid
weekly?
Service.
Yeah.
You guys do that too?
Time.
Okay, cool.
All the time. We work with a lot of property managers.
Yeah.
We work with a lot of clients who've been with us for a long time.
Yeah.
We see them every couple of weeks and take care of the home. And if I may also just share our phone number, just in case that's a little easier.
Please.
We can also respond by text too. Not everyone wants to get on the phone with a live voice.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be happy to text with you too, give you an easy quote. That's obviously 808-468-6666. 468-7538. 468-7538.
Awesome.
So, Brian, that same number, if someone's looking to come join the Cleanscape Hawaii
All the same
team,
number?
is it the same number or the same process?
Same number.
Okay.
Same.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy. 468-7538. Make sure before you go for the in-person interview with Brian, clean your car. Well, it's the second question, and I'm serious. We ask him, is your gas tank full? For Adrienne, the thing would be on fumes.
I just filled my gas tank up yesterday.
Anyway, it's always stressful being in the car with her because you're like, oh, I need gas. Oh, when did the light come on? Oh, I think like 30 miles ago. But yeah, I mean, it's serious with those questions that we ask, and I'm glad that I think like Brian, with you, you've owned multiple businesses, so a lot of times we find entrepreneurs are kind of good at the service part of what they're doing, but they're terrible at the business back end. So what you're doing is bringing the
business acumen
to back up that high level of service, because all of those things were hot buttons for me. Oh, I don't need to go run to the bank and go empty out my ATM to pay you. I can just do it electronically. I'm going to get an invoice. Oh, and then just so you know, Brian, if you take a look at we'll make an introduction to Hawaii Pacific Property Management, but we just had Duke, principal broker, on. And what did he say about what's in the lease regarding cleaning?
Yeah, in their contracts, it's required.
Mandatory.
And it's mandatory that there's professional cleaning done when the tenant moves in and then when the tenant moves out.
Two big reasons: that reduces frictions with the tenants and also creates a property ready to go for the next tenant.
And you have the receipt. You have the receipt, which is the key piece of information. So.
Yeah, we offer all that stuff. Easy to follow invoices, professional invoices, and then full receipts, payment receipts, however you want to pay us. So you'll have that for proof as you provide that.
Yeah, I think it's important too, because like, let's say you spend, I don't know, $1,500 having the place clean, $2,000, and then you get an invoice and it's all professional, has the contact information, yada yada, and the logo, and then you look on the description part and it says clean the house, and then there's an amount, and I'm like, what did you guys clean? But anyway, so you guys provide the details of what was cleaned, and I think it's important for people to know what was cleaned and what was not. I mean, again, cleaning is a subjective thing, and the more that you can quantify what was done, the happier will be the end result with the people that you're cleaning these homes for. So awesome. Good job on that.
So Brian, we are wrapping things up. If there's anything more that we did not cover with our time together.
Any last bit that you want to share with our listeners?
Let's do it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we would love the opportunity for anyone, residential, vacation, specialty, move in, move out. We would be happy to, and I'll offer that discount one more time. Just mention Team Lally, the Chihu, and 20% off.
20% off.
We'll take care of you.
All right. That is, again, Cleanscape Hawaii. Their phone number is 468-7538. CleanscapeHawaii.com. If you're not one good speller, then call them, 468-7538.
Thank you, Brian. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you. My pleasure.
All right, so we have a couple minutes left, and I did want to remind our listeners of the career night coming up.
Career night.
It's on April 7th.
6 p.m.
Yep, 6 to 7 at the Keller Williams Honolulu in Kapolei, right next to Duraku.
I'm telling you, their brain going to lock in on Honolulu. They're going to go to the wrong spot.
It's in Kapolei, next to Duraku.
Keller Williams, Kapolei office. Keller Williams, Kapolei office next to Duraku. Join us for Hawaii Real Estate Night. And this is your chance to learn what it really takes to succeed in real estate, from a daily grind to big wins.
Whether you're brand new or an agent looking to grow, this event will give you insider tips, success strategies, and the truth about real estate. No fluff, just facts.
Well, we'll be talking about choosing the right brokerage, what top agents do daily, and if being on a team is the best move for you.
Plus, you'll hear from real estate agents who've been in your shoes and made it big. And if you're wondering, do I need a license, or how much can I really make? We're answering all of that too.
It's totally free, but space is limited, so grab your spot now at HawaiiCareerNight.com. Again, that's HawaiiCareerNight.com.
April 7th.
April 7th, 6 p.m. By the way, We do these every 2 months. So the next career night and the next career night is always on there, but the RSVP is for the most current one coming up.
And we are hiring. Our team is hiring.
No way. Are we hiring?
Yeah, we're looking for some superstars. Yeah. You don't necessarily need to have any experience. We can train that, but you do have to have the right attitude.
You got to have the right attitude. That's something that comes from mom and dad and how you were raised and all of that. You bring that with you. But what we're going to set you up is for success with the technical knowledge that you need and supporting you with the proper mindset to be highly successful, just like we are and what we've been doing for the last 20 years. So it's jointeamlally.com. If you're like, I don't remember all these dang websites you guys keep talking about, just go to teamlally.com. There's a hiring now button in the top left corner on every single page. I don't know how much more easier we could make it besides kicking your front door in and putting a flyer on your kitchen counter, but we're not going to do that.
But we do
go to our website.
And we do have a process that needs to be followed, and that is part of, us testing to make sure that that we're a good fit.
Yeah. So I will tell you right now, little secret. How and what you do with that initial application is your first test. All right. Okay.
All right, so we've got about 1 minute. Let's touch on the local market update for February. So median sale price is a new record of $1,185,000.
And the median sale price for condos is $494,000. That's actually down, I think, a couple percentage points.
Yeah. So the single family was up 10% from a year ago. But part of that was that there was less home sales. And, half the homes sold for more, half sold for less. So it was just like a smaller segment of homes that we were taking the sample of.
A big shout out to Trevor Ben, president of the Honolulu Board of Realtors. He has this to say: with the single family home median price reaching a record high and condo inventory expanding across the island, market conditions are shifting, creating different opportunities for buyers and sellers. Yeah, that's what Trevor Ben said, president of the Honolulu Board of Realtors.
It's true. We are seeing a shifting market.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you, Trevor Ben. A lot of these opportunities or volunteer positions in our board make us the entire industry better. So we thank you, Trevor. I know you're a super busy guy. Agent on your own running, with a brokerage, and thank you for stepping up and being the president for the Honolulu Board of Realtors. We really appreciate it.
Okay, anything else before we wrap things up?
Just again, if you want to connect with me personally, with Adrienne, she's all over the place on all this social media. Easy to, it's not that hard to find out things about us. For me on social media, a little bit more challenging because I'm on there, but not directly on there. But if you want to communicate with me offline or on the social media platform, the platform I am on is LinkedIn. All you got to do is go to Attilio Leonardi at LinkedIn. Is that how it works?
Just search for your name.
Yeah, just search my name.
All right, thanks for listening, and thank you to our sponsors.
Jody and Derek of Pacific Rim Mortgage.
Bradley of Allstate Insurance.
And Kenji with Pitter Post Home Inspection.
John of Kilauea Pest Control.
Duke with Hawaii Pacific Property Management.
Robinson, Fine Line Paintworks.
Amphi with Estate Planning Group.
Jason Wu, Attorney at Law.
Rhino with Hawaii Unified.
Janice of Dreamhouse Drafting.
Fabio with Hawaii Water Damage Restoration.
Kyle of Impact Wealth.
Brian with Cleanscape LLC. If you want to get a hold of any of our sponsors, all you got to do is go to teamlally.com.
We want to give a big thank you to Leah Rodriguez, our producer here in the studio.
And Sheen Blair, our video producer. Chee-hoo.
Make sure to tune in next week. We'll have an awesome guest talking about something that'll change your life.
Forever. This is the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the Guaranteed
Sold program. If we can't sell your home at the agreed upon price in our time frame, we'll have it bought for cash.
Thanks and aloha.